A cool guide to the best movies of all time. Ranking the best movies of all time. Let's see. This is all, we got overall, IMDb, Metacritic, user Metacritic, Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes, users. I don't know what that one on the far right is. I've never seen that before. Let's see here. The Godfather. You know, I will watch it. I will watch it one day. I swear to God I'll do it. And part 2 as well, because I hear it's just as good, if not better in some cases. I just don't really care about mafia type stuff, because that's what it's about, isn't it? Isn't Goodfellas also about that? That I'm not 100% sure about. Let's see, Shawshank Redemption, I've always heard about that being one of the best ever. Seven Samurai, I agree that is one of the best ever. Spirited Away, for sure. Pulp Fiction's good, but I don't know about that. I am kind of blown away that The Fellowship of the Ring is ranked higher than The Return of the King. Two Towers being the weakest makes sense to me, but for me it's always been Return of the King, Fellowship, Two Towers, and they're all insanely incredible movies. A cool guide to the best TV shows of all time. Okay, same build. Here we go. Breaking Bad. I totally understand Breaking Bad. I get it. That was pretty revolutionary in some ways. Game of Thrones, right up until the end, sure. Chernobyl, absolutely. Chernobyl is mind-bogglingly good. If you have the chance, give it a watch. It's a mini-series. There's not 40 seasons or anything. It's great. Friends, I love Friends. The Office, I love The Office. Let's see, Sherlock, The Twilight Zone, absolute. I think The Twilight Zone should be in the top 10. Like, I love Stranger Things, right? But I'd swap it with Twilight Zone. Absolutely, I think The Twilight Zone needs to be swapped with Stranger Things. I think as good as Stranger Things is, it needs to be moved down. Let's see, what else do we got up here? Battlestar Galactica. Freaks and Geeks, absolutely. Good choice. Mr. Robot, very good. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Not for me. Don't enjoy it, not a fan. Let's see, Seinfeld, same. The Last of Us? Season 1, sure. Yeah, Season 1 of it deserves to be in maybe the top 100. Season 2, I hear Craig Mazin jumped the shark and thought people were too stupid to understand what was in that story. A cool guide of how depression brainwashes you. Wow, this is so cool. Perceived burdensomeness. I make their lives harder by being this way. Isolation. I don't belong with my loved ones anymore. Minimizing. Sure, I've done great things, but other people are better. Overgeneralization. I failed at this thing, so I'm a failure at life. Catastrophizing. They aren't texting me back because they hate me. Apathy. I don't have any passions or interests. I'm boring and lazy. See, I am currently... Okay, I say currently. I have been for the past 10 years. Almost, well, no, 8 years. I'll say 8 years. I have been in minimizing and apathy, and I don't know how to get out. I genuinely don't. I'm not going to sit here and chat about that for very long, but just know that if you are dealing with any of these, you're far from alone. I got 2 on a daily basis. A cool guide to causes of burnout. Okay. False urgency. There's constant fire drills with unrealistic and unexplained deadlines, unfair treatment. There's unequal treatment or favoritism that leads to resentment. Low pay. Oh yeah, everybody gets to deal with that here in the US. Compensation doesn't keep up with the hard work and strong performance. Yeah, if you do a good job, you'll suddenly have to do a good job forever or get fired. You're not going to be getting paid anymore to do a better job. No balance, coarse micromanagement, because those people the people that are barely above you in status have to justify their jobs by pretending they're doing something. So that's what micromanagement seems to come down to. Monotonous work. Some people like monotonous. I don't mind doing the same thing day in and day out. You know, I get the chance to get good at it and make it part of my routine, but that's just me, you know? No recognition. Leaders rarely say thank you, celebrate wins, or recognize your hard work. Yeah, but you know damn well the ones that are like this are also going to do nothing but recognize when you fuck up. A cool guide to staying calm without any hacks. Let's see. Overthinking? Wait, how to stay calm without any hacks? Okay, overthinking, right. Okay. Uninspired, read. Scared, take a risk. Stuck, walk. Tired, sleep. Confused, ask. Frustrated, move. Burned out, take a day off. Impatient, review progress. Unmotivated, remember your why. This one's way too fucking oversimplified. Of course, it's not meant to literally be a one-size-fits-all, this will work for all of us. Overthinking? I don't know how writing is gonna help me. I've been uninspired for 10 years. I don't know how reading is gonna help me. I still read, doesn't fix that problem. Tired? I can't sleep whenever I want. I can't take naps. I can't. No matter how exhausted I am, it doesn't work, right? Just frustrated? Move. What do you mean? Like, start, like, doing jumping jacks? What are we talking about here? A cool guide to the most reliable car brands. Lexus and Toyota. Yeah, I don't know how Lexus is higher than Toyota, I'll be real with you. Same with Acura, actually, now that I think about it. Because Acura is to Lexus, or sorry, no, I'm doing that association wrong. Isn't Lexus Toyota's fancier brand, and Acura is Honda's fancier brand. And I'm glad that Subaru's up there for sure, because out here in Colorado, it's Subaru all day long, baby, for sure. I do want that score to be higher, though. Mini is genuinely surprising, because I've always heard nothing but horror stories about Minis. I technically have a Mazda, so it's good to see that it is still high on the list, because I have an IA Yaris. You know, it's stupid. It's really hard to try and explain. Let's see here. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. It would be Chrysler. It would be the American brands would take up the middle and end of the pack. I am going to say Volvo is genuinely surprising. I'm not gonna lie. I figured Volvo would be right near the top, knowing what I know about, what we all know about them, actually. A cool guide to 12 brutal career truths, or thruts. Let's see. Hard work isn't enough. True. Loyalty won't pay the bills. Also true. Your job title is temporary. Your boss isn't always right. Yeah, but it's hard to find a boss who realizes that. Networking is non-negotiable. Burnout is not a badge of honor. Comfort zones kill growth. Feedback is a gift. You're always replaceable. Perfection slows you down. Career progress isn't linear, and no one will hand you success. Well, okay, that last one I would say isn't true if daddy owns the company. A cool guide to circumcision around the world. All right, that's what I was hoping we'd see here today. All right, let's see here. Okay, it's percentage of people that are circumcised in each country. Damn, I did not know we had numbers as high as 99% in some areas of the world. Whoo-wee! The USA. That's actually lower than I would have figured. Honestly. Canada? Good lord, didn't know that. Did they measure Finland? It does not look like they have measured Finland. I get Norway at 3%, so if I had to guess, Finland is also around or between 2 and 5, because I don't see them explicitly listed here. Sorry, I'm always putting Finland on blast, baby. Let's see, Australia. Damn, a lot of these are just kind of surprising. Like, genuinely. Okay, weird. Man, the African countries, though, that is crazy. I wouldn't have expected that. I mean, I don't know what I would have expected. I'm not often thinking about the percentage of circumcised dudes around the world. A cool guide to which professions lean to which party based on donation amounts. Okay, let's take a look at these bubbles here. So let's go down to the red, all the way at the bottom. Homemakers. That's okay, no, that, I guess. Yeah, absolutely. I totally understand. Disabled or on disability. That's surprising. Really surprising. Drivers, business owners, electricians, general contractors, plumbers, truckers, machinists, superintendents, HVAC professionals. So lots of trades. Will vote more towards conservative Republican. Oh my God. Okay. Lawyers, teachers, engineers, accountants, nurses, consultants, professors, librarians, doctors and physicians, vice presidents. It's actually really funny. CEOs. I would have expected them to be way down in the red side. A cool guide on emailing like a boss. All right, Like a Boss died like 11 years ago. You gotta let it go. Oh, okay. Oh, do you mean literally? You mean literally, right? Took a while, but you can deal. Sorry for the delay. Thanks for your... Yes, it's thanks. Rather than apologizing, it's the thank yous that I do understand that. Instead of sorry, thank you for patience, thank you for this, thank you for that. When can I expect an update? I don't know about all of these necessarily. I've been doing some emailing to specific people, and I hate emailing because asking people to do stuff, even if they've said they're gonna do it, and for me to keep up with them, I feel like I'm just an annoyance. A cool guide to Japanese emoticons. Emoticons or emoji? Okay, yeah, awesome. Proper emoticons. These are adorable. I genuinely think these are all better than any emoji ever created. They're so expressive, man. I love sleepy, sad, or no! This is great. This is so fun. I want to use these way more often. Hold on, I'm saving this one for myself. I'm actually going to keep it. I'm going to start like trying to use... I don't text often, but I want to try to use these real bad. This is so cute. I don't even know if people in Japan actually use these or not. I'm just going by what it says, man. A cool guide on how to manage your emotions. Angry? Sing. Burned out? Walk. Oh, okay, it's the same thing that we saw before. I'm sure that some of these do help. Genuinely, for sure. What is sad? Gratitude. So if I'm sad, I should think about the good... think about the good things in your life. I will say, if these work for you, that's awesome. That is genuinely amazing, but this isn't gonna work for most of us. A cool guide on what you fear. What I fear is cucumbers. Actually, let's see. Is a need unmet. If you fear abandonment, your need is connection. It could be manifesting as codependency. co-regulation and interdependence. I don't really know what that means. I'm sorry. Not saying anything's wrong with that. I've dealt with codependency issues throughout my life, for sure. Let's see. If you fear rejection, your need is love. It could be manifesting as, I don't know what fawning is, necessarily. Discerning your truth and identity. Failure, success, never trying new things, breaking big goals into small steps. Change, stability, staying stuck. Learning the joy of being in flow, okay? Loneliness, companionship, tolerating unfulfilling relationships, enjoying your own company and aligned relationships. Or judgment, you need acceptance, oppressed by others' opinions, liberation from unwanted opinions. I mean, I guess, I know I have felt oppressed by others' opinions for a long time, but I don't exactly know what the liberation from unwanted opinions is. What am I supposed to do? Just leave? Stop talking to certain people? Ignore them? A cool guide for rude hand gestures. Better resolution. Good. That way we can see it. Alrighty then. Damn, this is a big one. All right, let's see. The middle finger. The classic worldwide you. Apparently, I actually don't believe I've seen the middle finger in my few travels outside of the US, but I'm sure it's universal. The wanker, right? A true joy to perform. Calling someone a wanker without accompanying it with the appropriate gesture doesn't do this great bit of British slang justice. You suck. A wanker with knuckles facing toward... I've never used that. The V sign. Oh yeah, jog on. While the V sign means peace, whichever way you look at it in much of the world, in the UK and some other Commonwealth countries, showing your fingernails is closer to a declaration of war. Yeah, if my palm is facing you when I do it, that's peace. If I throw it up, knuckles facing out, that's sort of another you, especially if like you shove your fingers upward, like, you know what I mean, you get it. Let's see here, often accompanied non mi frega, which translates to I don't give a damn. Sweeping the hand from under the chin towards someone is a rather blunt way of saying you couldn't care less. A thumbs up? You might get away with putting your thumb up in Thailand, where it's the equivalent of sticking out your tongue, but in other countries, you won't be so lucky. My thumb's cold, wanted to... Oh, I see. I see what that's meant to be. The A-OK. From insinuating someone is homosexual to calling them an asshole, or simply as a shorthand for fuck you, the A-OK sign doesn't travel well. The dog call. The southpaw handshake? Let's see. In many parts of the world, the left hand has traditionally been used for, and is often still used for, personal matters. Extending your left hand to someone is much like saying you think of them as excrement, not cool. Man, I guess if you're left-handed, you're just offensive by existing. That's cute. Real neat. Hands in your pocket. If you thought you could accidentally escape making any rude hand gestures by keeping your hands in your pocket, you're out of luck. In many parts of the world, including the UK, keeping your hands in your pockets is a sign of rudeness, especially when talking to someone. I did not even remotely experience that in my nearly month in the UK at all. I think that's, if that is a thing, I feel like it's more often than not in a more professional setting. Don't do that. Not just in general, right? Let's see. The fig sign. Crossed fingers. If you find yourself in Vietnam needing good luck, it's probably best not to cross your fingers. They're considered to resemble the female genitals. The Vulcan salute. No way! Demonstrating your sympathy to the Vulcan race might sound like a good idea. Who wouldn't want to live long and prosper? But if you're surrounded by Klingons, you might want to give it a miss. Bared souls. I mean, okay. The little finger wag. Fancy suggesting a man has a teeny weeny peeny? Then simply wag your little finger at him. Okay. Oh, it's great. Oh, it's sourced from the UK. A cool guide to Dante's Inferno, Purgatory, and Paradise. Dante's Paradiso. Let's take a look. The Divine Comedy, Dante's Inferno. So we've got theological virtue, Saturn, blessed, thoughtful, Christian martyrdom, learned theology, spiritual love, good works, fortitude, and heavenly spheres. That's paradise. And then, does anybody ever make it up to God? He's got to be like the top level, right? Hanging out with him, you know, your homies. So let's look at the Inferno. We've got ambivalent angels, souls of the futile, unbaptized children, pre-Christ honorable men. Unbaptized children. So I was never baptized at all, so I guess I just have to go to hell and be tortured forever. That's cool. We've got lustful down in second, gluttons down in third, where foul garbage exists. We have sinners pushing huge rocks in the fourth circle. They're misers and spendthrifts. Don't know what that is. We've got the wrathful in the boiling mud. Serious criminals and heretics. Fiery graves. All right. Warmongers, psychopaths, and I don't know what that word is at all, in boiling blood. That's also disgusting. Flatterers and sorcerers? They just have to deal with the horned demon. Honestly, that doesn't seem so bad. You know, as far down as the 8th circle? I don't know, man. I don't know. And look, okay, traitors down in the 9th circle just have to deal with Lucifer being frozen in ice? Huh, okay. Well, let's take a look at the island of Purgatory. And the 7 capital sins, we got slow to repent, pride, envy, anger, sloth, covetousness, gluttony, and lust. And then we've got anti-purgatory and earthly paradise. Okay, yeah, that sure is a lot of, that's interesting. It is an interesting take on everything. A cool guide from the U.S. Holocaust Museum. I've actually been there. It is... I urge you to go if you still can. I'm actually not sure. Is it still open? I thought I heard rumors years ago about it maybe running out of funding or something stupid. Early warning signs of fascism. Powerful and continuing nationalism. Disdain for human rights. Identification of enemies as a unifying cause. Supremacy of the military. Rampant sexism. Controlled mass media. Obsession with national security. Religion and government intertwined. Corporate power protected. Labor power suppressed. Disdain for intellectuals and the arts. Obsession with crime and punishment. Rampant cronyism and corruption, and fraudulent elections. Yeah, a lot of this sounds incredibly familiar right now, doesn't it? A cool guide to how American households have changed over time, 1960 to 2023. So, all right, households with unmarried partners, roommates, or adult relatives has grown. Single parents has grown less, but it's still grown. Married parents has shrunk a lot. Single with no kids has really blown up. A record 58.4% of American households now consist of married or single adults without children, and then married, no kids. Huh, that's actually barely moved. Married, no kids. Kinda surprising if I'm being honest. A cool guide to knowing who is spending the most money to influence the politics in 2024, or U.S. politics in 2024, not the politics. Chamber of Commerce, National Association of Realtors, Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America. Okay, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Awesome. Amazon.com. I wonder why. General Motors, Comcast Corporation, Alphabet, which is Google, RTX Corp, America's Health Insurance Plans, American Fuel and Petrochem Manufacturers, the AARP. All right, Meta. Jesus, it's pathetic. A cool guide to identifying feelings from a cool movie, Inside Out 2. Let's see here. Got ecstasy, nostalgic, disdain, excitement, fervor. This is cool. This is cool. I do love anger and anger. It's rage. I'm in rage right now. Let's see. Fear and joy. Protective. Fear and fear. Terror. I love the doubled up here. We've got disgust and disgust as abhorrence. We have sadness and sadness at despair. Joy and joy at ecstasy. Yeah, you know, that all makes sense to me. Kind of one of these looks like the MasterCard logo, right? A cool guide to moments that shaped the internet. Moments that shaped the internet. Let's see. 1991, the World Wide Web begins. 1936, H.G. Wells predicts the world brain. The birth of the computer virus. ARPANET is switched on. The birth of spam. The first webcam is put to use. That's impressive. Surfing the internet is invented. Yahoo, Hotmail, Napster, Google, Amazon. Always crazy to remember how old Amazon is. The first online order coming a year before them. It's crazy. Let's see. Where's MySpace? No, seriously. I know that Facebook and Twitter were in a league of their own, but MySpace should be here, I think. That's not even like a bias thing, right? Pokemon Go does also deserve its own slot, I think, for sure. YouTube deserved. Gmail deserved. The Ice Bucket Challenge, I guess? But if we're going by that rule, there should be like a trillion things on this, I guess, timeline. A cool guide to Japanese techniques to overcome laziness. Let's see. Discover your purpose in life. Determine the reason you wake up each morning. Choose something that aligns with your strengths, passions, and the needs of the world. This is what gives life meaning. You don't have to do everything all at once. Just aim to make progress little by little. All right, let's see. Don't stuff yourself. Eat until you're 80% full and you'll feel more energized throughout the day. That is true. You know, don't want your blood sugar to spike too hard. Let's see, what else? Find peace in imperfection. Recognize that nothing in life is perfect, including yourself and others. Instead of striving for flawlessness, find joy in the imperfections that make life unique. Spend time in nature. That could be getting harder. Let's see, make a budget and stick to it. Well, we're trying, but we have to actually earn enough money to make a budget first. A cool guide of commonly believed myths. Common myth conceptions. Okay, let's see. Evolution is a theory. In science, a theory is anything more than a conjecture, usually an extensively tested idea including or uniting data from many observations. Chastity belts, not anti-adultery devices, instead invented by prudes in the 19th century to prevent dangerous Let's see here. Electric fan at night. Big myth in South Korea that this is deadly. Very unlikely to harm you unless you put the fan in the bed. Oh man, that's great. The vomitorium. Not a room Romans use for, I don't know what that is, but the name for the entrance to a stadium. Right, that's interesting. Black holes. Not really holes, but hugely dense objects with massive gravitational pull. Let's see. Wake sleepwalkers? They'll be confused, but it's okay. They're more likely to hurt themselves if they're not awoken. Bats are blind. Don't be fact blind. Bats can not only see, they can also use echolocation. That's why they're so awesome. Okay. Body heat in the head. Only in infants is most heat lost through the head, or if the head is the only uncovered part of the body. Einstein failed math. Nope, he failed an entrance exam for a school, but still excelled in math. Well, what do you know? A cool guide to the most dominant Olympic athletes. Okay, Michael Phelps. Yeah, that dude was something else. I don't know how often someone like him comes along. Let's see here. We've got... Sorry, this one I'm actually just reading silently. I don't know anybody on this list other than Michael Phelps. A cool guide to countries with the most Olympic gold medals. Wow, the US with 1,061. The USSR actually surprises me. UK, China, France. What about the bottom? Norway. Really? Dude, I had no idea Finland would be in this top contender list here with 101. You guys are doing well. A cool guide to how much Olympic athletes get paid for winning medals. Okay. I feel like I have heard this idea before, that an Olympic athlete will get paid for it, but I've never seen actual proof. And I feel like at one point someone debunked something related to how much you could get paid for winning a gold medal. I've never ever heard anything about it, and this does not provide a source at all. So if we're gonna look at this, take it with a big ass grain of salt, because I don't know how true any of it is. I've never heard about a US athlete getting paid $37,500 by somebody to win a gold medal. I've just never heard of that. I do love Kazakhstan giving you apartments. 3-room apartment, 2-room, and 1-room. If that's true, that's actually kind of funny. A cool guide tourist advisory for what not to do in Qatar. I wouldn't do anything. Qatar welcomes you. Not really. I'm gonna be honest with you. It does not welcome me. I mean, yeah, I don't need to be a or drink alcohol or curse or whatever. I don't need to make loud sounds or be disrespectful to places of worship or sacred places in general. And I don't usually take pictures of people without their permission, sure. But dating? Being gay? Yeah, I'm never going to. I'm just never going. Never going. Reflect your respect to the religion and culture of Qatari people by avoiding these behaviors. Don't be gay and don't date. Yucky. A cool guide to reverse a swastika that you can't remove. Let's see here. Hey man, what the hell? Make sure the coast is clear. Connect the outside lines. Okay, easy. Draw a rectangle or oh, I see. Make the shapes into letters. Hey, you just did a crime. I don't know. My crime would be a little bit lesser then. I wouldn't feel too bad about this crime versus the original one that took place. I'm just doing my best to fix it. If you're a you should die. A cool guide on ripeness. Let's see here. How to pick a perfect watermelon. Okay, uniform size. Elongated is watery. Orange field spot, full of flavor. Didn't know any of that stuff about watermelon, but interesting to know. Avocado? I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems like avocados go bad if you turn around and leave them on the counter for about 5 minutes. Pineapple, never knew about that. Banana, absolutely. Absolutely, I've always known about the banana one, which, you know, if you let it get super ripe, it's good for, of course, smoothies and all sorts of but even better for banana bread. A cool guide to sandwiches in the United States. We do love our sandwiches, don't we, guys? Oh my God. I know we love our sandwiches. All right, hold on. So these are all states. Let me do a couple that I know. Colorado, the Denver sandwich. It's an omelet between 2 slices of bread with eggs, ham, cheddar, onions, and sauteed peppers. Literally never heard of that. I've been here for like 11 years. Never, ever heard of that at all. But now, if it does exist and it's real, I want to find it, right? California's is a French dip, I guess. Let me go down to Washington, my home state. Where are you? There you are. A banh mi, roasted pork, pate, and pickled vegetables on a baguette make this one you must try. Again, I know what that sandwich is. Never had one growing up in Washington, and I lived there for the first 19 years of my life, so I don't know, dude. I don't know. Or 18 years, I guess. Okay, now let me check at least on one more here. Where is Louisiana? Where are you, buddy? Why can't I remember the alphabet? I'm gonna be real with you. I did not expect that sandwich. See, I would have expected a po' boy. But then again, I've never even been there, so what do I know? A cool guide to the Millennium Falcon layout. We've got the cockpit access corridor, quad laser, that thing has destroyed every movie. We've got crew quarters, engineering. Let's see, the loading room, doors, transfer hatches, life support systems, hyperdrive. Oh, and escape pods, although I would rather die than get into a coffin that could, actually turn into one if we're in the middle of space. Honestly, I'm sorry, I just have to bring this up. I finally watched Solo for the first time, and I'm actually sad at how beautiful and clean the Millennium Falcon was until Han got it, man. That dude is a wrecker. He sucks. A cool guide to the most popular grocery store by state. In Colorado, it's King Soopers, and I'm gonna call in Washington, it is going to be either Albertsons or Safeway. Safeway. Oh, really? Albertsons over there? Yep, there's King Soopers. It's funny, because King Soopers can't be found anywhere else. I don't know how true California is, because when I lived there for like 6 or 7 months, it was Ralph's every day, baby. Let's see. Wegmans. I've been to Wegmans. They rule. Never been to a Kroger. Never been to Publix, although I hear Publix has really good sandwiches. Piggly Wiggly. Never seen one. Hy-Vee. Never seen one. I haven't seen most of these. I've been to, really, Sprouts Farmers Market? Huh. Anyway, that's kind of cool. Never heard of Giant, Acme, Stop and Shop, or Market Basket. So many I've just never even seen, man. Never even seen. A cool guide to sushi etiquette. Etiquette? Please do not put soy sauce on the rice side. Please eat your sushi within 30 seconds. Please order sashimi if you prefer tiny rice. Do not chew off your sushi. Do not break down your sushi. Do not mix wasabi and soy sauce. Do not cut. Please do not pass any, well, I'm sorry, but look, if I'm in your restaurant, I'll follow your rules. But if I'm just like ordering and eating at home, I am not going to follow a single one of these rules. I'm telling you right now. A cool guide to popular tourist scams. Okay, the dropped wallet, the thrown baby. What? Let's see, stain on your jacket. I mean, a lot of that one seems like a pickpocket thing. Woman selling rosemary, the shoe shiner, the found ring. Right. I've heard of the found. So much in Paris. Why so much in Paris, man? That's crazy. I have never come across any one of these in particular. Maybe I've seen people playing street games, but no, a lot of us already know that if they're trying to pull you in to bet money or something like that, you know damn well they're trying to steal money from you. And I feel like we'll just walk on by. Nope, don't even fucking look at them, man. If they call out to you, blatantly ignore them, make them feel stupid. A cool guide to the most oddly named town in each state. Parachute, Colorado? Really? That's the funniest one we got? I'm sorry. Big Bottom? Big Bottom's hilarious. I should be there. Mormon Bar, interesting. Volcano, I'm sorry, Hawaii stays winning. That's just cool as shit. I would like to visit, I don't know what that means. I would like to visit Chicken, Alaska, maybe Ding Dong, Texas, or hell, you know what? Why don't I go to Handsome Eddie? Why am I forgetting the name of that state? Am I stupid? I think I might be stupid. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna visit Pig. Just Pig. A cool guide to improving your vocabulary. Stop saying very, okay? Now, I understand. I really, really do. You could definitely improve vocab by following these. For me, I would say don't focus on this yet. And don't focus on improving vocabulary. What you should do first is try your best to filter out words that only exist to fill silence, like things like that. Because if you just pause while you think of what to say next, trust me, you will sound way smarter than you really are.